before we get going, we're going to turn up all these mics so that we can hear it via the radio. Also, I put up all the links up there for everybody to be able to hear, see, listen. Some, there are people asking, and the links were all there. I just relisted them, and everybody was asking. And so we got the links for not only audio but video. We've got everything ready to go. We've got Reveille and Geo.
Hi, Henry.
Is that the way we say it?
Yeah, Geo.
I like that.
Geo. Well, it's it's her stage name. Her birth name is Giovanna Josephine.
It's been a while since you've been here.
It has been. Yeah, I was trying to think. It was. Well, I know I wanted to come back Christmas time. I missed you this year. I felt so bad. I didn't get my Christmas song finished until just the day before Christmas.
I remember that.
It's a really nice one, but
you were supposed to come in, you couldn't get it done, so that's why
I was waiting to get it back from the studio.
So it's been quite some time that you've been here. It's nice to see you. You've been traveling, doing all kinds of things. You've been here, you've been there, you've been everywhere.
We're like Dr. Seuss. Yes. Yeah, we've done a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. And how do you, the traveling really enlightens your mind. And Geo, I know you've been going all over with your mom and you're getting up on these stages, you're saying, whoa, I like this. How do you like it?
Yes. Oh, it's getting on the stage is just, it's so exhilarating. It's just
fabulous.
It's a great feeling.
I think my favorite thing, Henry, so we just did, shout out to my band in Arizona, Barrio Latino. I've been playing with them for a long time,
and I've seen you do Barrio Latino.
Have you?
Yes,
yeah.
Really
those
cool.
guys want to come and see you. They're like, we want to come see you.
Bring them in.
Forget about coming to see me. They all want to come on your show. They have some great music. But so we did a week at the casino. We still go to Honda Casino up in Cholo, Arizona, Pine Top. And that, have you ever been up there?
Not the Pine Top.
The White Mountains is so, we love it.
Gorgeous.
Up there.
Yeah, you've always liked Arizona, though.
Yeah,
that's where you come from.
That's where I'm from.
So, for in case nobody knows, that Reveille, and that's not her real name, but she was named that by her father a long time ago. He'd always do the Reveille in the morning to get her up.
He'd do the Reveille. So, paying homage to my dad, and I kind of feel like I have an army of angels around me at this time in my life, and
they're guardian angels. A lot of people don't understand that in the spirit world. And spirit, if you have spirituality, that's real. You have guardians that watch, and you can tell I could have got messed up in this situation, but how did that come out? So I was watching something on LinkedIn that was really interesting. There was this, I think it was a tiger. He was going near the river there, and this giant croc comes and grabs him and yanks him into the river. They go underwater, and all this water is splashing around and everything. All of a sudden the lion comes out with the crocodile in its mouth.
Are you serious? Wow.
It reverse rolls and you come out of there. So
wow, I love that. I love that.
You can change your direction.
Well, I believe that. I am a very spiritual person, and I believe that the prayers of my grandmothers are still covering me.
Still covering.
Right. And actually, you know what, Henry? I was just asked to be. I've been filling in as worship leader for Renovation Church.
Oh, we did a special on the church. Remember about when you lose a child? You and I did that.
Yes.
Is that the same church?
No, this is a different one.
Oh, okay.
And I've been filling in as a worship leader at Renovation Church, and they actually give services inside of Boot Barn Hall. It's where they bring in national acts.
Yes, I heard.
And I love the pastor. Pastor Hayes is amazing, and I really like the church because it reminds me of Music City Church, which is now Nashville Cowboy Church in Nashville at the Troubadour.
Wow.
And that was Pastor Yates and his wife Joanne Cash Yates, Johnny Cash's sister.
Oh, yeah.
And I would go and sing there sometimes. And now Pastor Sandy has taken over the church, and I just love Pastor Sandy and that crew. But anyway, Boot Barn, they just asked me on Sunday to be their worship leader, and
they
selected me out of some candidate. I was very happy because I've fallen in love with the church.
And that's down in Colorado Springs. In case you don't know where she lives, she lives in Colorado Springs.
I live down, yes.
And Colorado Springs is growing. It's just the metropolitan of Denver. It's like a little Denver.
It's getting big now. It's grown so much even since we've been there.
Yes. It's wild because at first it wasn't. Everything was kind of down on the down low. Then it just exploded.
Yeah,
and everybody
it's
loves
crazy.
Colorado Springs.
Yeah, it's a cool place. It's a cool place. But to round out my thought with Geo, with being up in the White Mountains, when we go up there, and she's with me now, so I performed through all of my pregnancies when I was carrying all of them.
Right.
And so people remember when I was carrying Geo They say, and
You're
now,
vibrating in there.
and now she's up there. Now she came out singing, and now she's up there with me. So
Now she came out
that's such a thrill.
She just came out. What's up, girl?
She came out. Yeah, I feel good. She likes to sing that song.
And so you've been singing for some time, Gio, and do you still get the butterflies when you walk up on that big stage?
Well,
Yes.
yeah, that's one thing that doesn't really go away, but it's more
always
like
there.
excitement and
Yes.
like, oh, like, you know what I mean?
What's the latest one that you've been on that really excited you big? Because I know you've been down to Nashville several times. You've been on some of the big stages, the Nashville Network, and a few other things
Right,
with some of the big names.
Yeah, yeah.
Even you, Reveille, I know you think, oh, look who's up here. Look at who's with me up here.
Yeah, well, I know Gio just came from a big one. It was a little
Yes.
room, but it was a big club. Why don't you tell Henry about it?
The bitter end.
The Bitter End.
Have you heard of the Bitter
No.
End, Henry?
New York.
Oh, in
It's
New
the
York. Oh, yeah,
oldest-
that's where you guys went up to just recently. That's where you
Yeah.
did
And that was just for her. That was all Gio.
And that was all, what was it? It was for the younger crowd, wasn't
Yeah, it was for something
Yeah,
called
we-
Teen Stock.
Yeah,
A
Teen Stock.
great organization called Teen
Oh,
Stock.
yes.
I met Oral Hernandez at the Josie Music Awards. He was a
Mhm.
photographer. And Gio was a bit young to do Teen Stock, but I'd see him posting videos
So you
of
thought,
these
hey,
concerts,
yeah.
and you know, I wasn't even really thinking about Gio, and then Gio just started blossoming and writing.
And so what'd you think of that? Was it awesome?
Oh, it
All
was
these other
amazing.
kids were there too?
Yeah,
Were they performing too? some of
super
those kids?
talented, yeah.
Are they
Very
really?
talented. There's just amazing, you know what I mean?
How big was the
All
room?
this-
Is it-
The room itself, it wasn't very big, like,
Yeah, giant size, but
it
Yeah,
wasn't ginormous, but
it's like a kind of, not super small club, but really
too
cool.
small,
Yeah.
but
She sat next to
production
the
was nice,
piano
yeah.
that Billy Joel played on.
oh wow.
yes.
Who was your favorite performer there at Teen Stock? There were some good
I'd
ones there.
have to go with Brody, I think his name was.
Yeah.
Brody?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a young
Brett
person.
Yeah.
Brody. Brett
He
Brody.
played the piano.
And he was just jamming away, huh?
He was very good.
Yes,
Yeah,
he
he
was.
actually does the voice for Gil on Bubble Guppies.
Does he really?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
wow.
super talented, super nice.
Wow,
young
and so
man.
you were there with all these young people
Yeah.
like you, and what did they think of your jamming and stuff, the way you performed and stuff? I'm sure everybody really liked you and was like,
She didn't play any instruments when we went to New York.
She didn't play any
Nothing?
instruments.
No, it went. So she got invited to do Florida. So Florida, she'll play piano, I think.
oh,
If she
great,
wants,
yes.
I don't know. That's a
And you know, we've got the piano set up behind us, so she's going to be doing a song for us
Yay.
here shortly. But we won't do that till, you know, halfway through this interview, so you all can tell what we're doing here. And to have her here, and when you asked me before you head on to Holland, let's talk about going to Holland. And you have some people that came here to meet us from Amsterdam?
They were from Sweden, actually.
Sweden, yeah, I can remember.
Yeah, they were from Sweden. That was, Anders and
Anders, yeah.
Johnny and Johnny Jr.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yes.
big shout out to them if they're watching. It was just Anders' birthday the other day.
Was
Happy
it really?
birthday, Anders, yeah.
So you're going to Holland. Tell us about this trip that you have planned. Are you excited? You both look very excited.
Go ahead,
is
Gigi.
everybody going, the whole family?
No, I
No,
wish
sadly.
Gio and Annie were going.
Because they can go check it out and
Yeah, but
actually
it's just us
experience
this
it.
time around. Yeah.
Still, it's neat. What do you think, traveling with your mom to go to
Yes.
Holland?
It's always amazing traveling. I love traveling.
Yeah, I think experiencing new things and meeting new people, that's my favorite thing.
And doing new things.
Yeah, but new
Now, they do
experience.
have flights that go straight out of Denver that way. Are you going to be able to catch one straight out of Denver that way, or you have to make a couple of
No, we're actually
layovers?
when we signed up for the show. So it's an award show that we're going to in a
Oh.
beautiful theater
Wow.
in a city. Almelo is the city. So if anyone's watching from
It's called
Almelo,
Almelo.
yes, we're gonna have to take the train. So we need a ride from,
We need a ride.
from Amsterdam to Almelo. Otherwise, you're gonna take the train. But so we are flying from Denver to Iceland, and then from Iceland over to Amsterdam.
Yeah,
I
so I said
decided
there
to
is
go
one
that way.
straight flight from
Yeah,
Denver,
because
that's
I thought
okay.
Annie was going to be with us, and you know, Annie has she's got a mild form of cerebral palsy. She's got seizure disorder. So I thought the quickest way
To
to
get there,
Europe would
yes.
be there. But I'm glad that we're going that way anyway. You know, there's a few churches that I've tried to contact them. I would really love to do some work in Iceland.
And go in there and
Yeah,
even sing.
because we love to do, when we go and perform, like my whole career, we've always combined humanitarian work, whether it be going into the prisons or doing outreaches, or like prisons in Sweden. We did many of those.
And they appreciate you so much when you go into those prisons.
They really do. I mean, you know, it's
Screaming, hollering.
life changing.
Yeah,
it's life changing for me. I mean, it blesses us too to go in and have someone, you know, request songs and ask them to pray over you. And when we were in Thailand, they were taking us into their homes, saying, "Can you bless our homes? You know, can you?" And I have to tell you a story. We would go to Mexico, and you know, I didn't have a lot of money. I still don't. I mean, I'm a working musician, but the kids in Mexico, they would always come and ask for, you know, do you have any money? Do you have any change? So I thought, oh, I'm going to bring my Bible, and you know, they're going to just see that They were pulling me into stores. Can you pray for me? Come pray for my family. Come pray for my. I'd like to just start carrying my Bible everywhere. Yeah, but we're excited about the award show. Gio's got a handful of nominations, and I do as well. We hope to win one, of course, but just going, we're going to perform, which is amazing. So,
awesome.
and I used to live in Belgium, so I'm going to get to see some of my friends.
How neat.
Yeah, they said that they would come and visit, and her son actually. My friend that lives in Belgium, Ilse, her son plays for Ajax, the national team.
Oh, nice.
And
I was going to ask you, is it true in Holland is where all the glasses come from? Eyeglasses, or is that another part of that?
Oh, I don't know.
Everybody
That's
says
interesting.
Yeah.
I always associate tulips and the wooden clocks.
Oh yeah, tulips.
Yeah.
Did all the tulips
but I don't
come
know
from
about
Holland?
the eyeglasses.
The windmills?
We'll have to look at it. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Henry. If they do come from there, we will bring you some back.
Well, that's like they said they make all the eyeglasses out that way. I'm not sure if it's Holland.
I don't know.
Yeah, all the eyeglasses of the world.
Huh.
Yeah, there's this giant company out there.
Interesting.
It's massive. And they mass produce it for everybody all over
I
the world.
see. Get it? I see.
I see. I see.
I see.
This is so cool. It's so nice to have you back. If you're just starting to watch us right now, you got Reveille and Gio in the house right now.
I don't know where the cameras are, but hi.
One's right there and one's right there.
Wow.
One is Restream, and then this Restream goes to all the different places.
Oh,
like,
that's awesome.
LinkedIn,
Hi, everybody.
Twitter.
You've got viewers. Your audience spans the globe.
And right now, we started out with 4.68 thousand.
Wow.
That's how we started out.
No
with
pressure.
No pressure. And for some reason, India, Indonesia, and Colombia are ahead of the United States in viewing. For some reason.
You know, all our friends over there, they're just awesome.
It could be. No, really. That's
All our
what
new
happens.
friends.
It's kind of it switches.
Yeah,
It's-
we'd love to come over there. So if you got a place for us to play,
Yeah,
send
I'm
us an
there.
invitation. We'll come.
And that's so neat, you know.
Have
so
a guitar, we'll travel.
Now, let's talk about the church that you were just you got into just recently.
Oh, I would love to.
Yeah, let's talk more
I
about
would
this
love
church.
to.
And you know, you've done some incredible stuff, and we got to do a special. Remember about with the other church about losing a child, and that was touching. That was really a touching show. It stood up there for quite some time. As people kept watching and watching, and we got up close to, I think if I remember, close to 84,000 views. And then it moves on. And
I
we
didn't
get-
realize that.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Oh,
it.
yeah,
We
that was a long
appreciated
time ago, though. That
You
was-
letting me come on and
And
speak
do that,
about that
yeah.
because, you know, I try and be a voice for, I know that's...
Women there's not a voice for that.
No, but it's because it's so hard to talk about. It's really, really hard to talk about,
Right.
you know, and a lot of mothers, you know, it's just, the grief is overwhelming and no one wants to talk about it. And so
Right,
I feel like...
there's two ways. There's things that you could talk about that women that cannot even have children, and those who lose their children. It's kind of the same kind of ballpark. You know, there's things that affect women both ways.
You know what the Lord put on my heart, Henry?
What's
Because
that?
I had written that song called Heaven is Holding My Baby.
Mhm.
And it's under Jenny B. If anyone wants to find it.
And that's what you used to go under,
Yeah,
Jenny
Jenny B.
And I was going to talk about that because
Jenny B,
when
yeah.
we were talking about your name being
Yeah.
set to Reveille from Jenny B. You went as Jenny B before.
I was Jenny B. And then I signed with a small label in Nashville, MC1, and I'm currently signed with them. But we decided there's a lot of Jenny B's out there, so they said,
Let's
you know,
change
can
it
you
up, yeah.
let's come up with a stage name. And so I said, okay, I'm going to be someone else. That was fun. But yeah, the infant loss. So God put it on my heart that that my story and the song would actually touch people that have actually had abortions.
Whoa.
And I
yes.
never would have thought about that at
Yes.
all. But you know.
And it's true because there's all the variables of life like this. I
Yeah.
mean, not only if they're having trouble, not just having abortions, just because they want to get rid of the child, but because they have to, or there's issues, or health issues, or something that goes completely wrong that they have to have.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm very pro-life, and when God put that on my heart, I felt, because, I know that life is precious.
It is, and I like the way you say you put it together. And, I'm pro-life too, but there's variables in life that sometimes it's either tit for tat. What do you say? I mean, if there's something terribly wrong, you got to do something.
I don't know. In my situation, I don't think that I would ever choose to abort. I would put it in
Just
God's
do
hands.
something,
God's
yeah.
hands.
Just do something.
And
that,
trust in Him.
But also, it could take you out. We've talked about that.
Could.
Remember, we talked about that.
Yeah, it could, but I don't think that that's not.
Because you're so
position
strong.
that I
You're
would,
such a strong woman.
You know.
You've always been strong.
I give God,
And then this new church that you're at, and you're going to be the spokesperson. What did you say you're going to be?
Oh, I'm going to be their worship leader.
The worship leader.
The worship
Kind of
leader,
explain to our audience exactly what you're going to be doing there now. Because I've seen some of the, you put clips up there, you put pictures and everything.
So, the worship leader, you go and, you hear the music.
Yeah.
It's the praise and worship team. Yeah, we help usher in the presence of the Lord, and I don't sing for the congregation. I lead them, and they're the ones that are singing.
And the singing in a church, if you've ever been to a church where you can feel that energy, is so pronounced, and you
it's
go,
so
whoa,
powerful.
that man
You can feel the Holy Spirit, especially when people start singing and we just become one. And it's so every Sunday I can feel the presence of the Lord. I mean, and it's strong. And
it feels good.
It moves you. It's powerful and fills you up. It gets you prepared for the week, and
And I love to have you here because you bring such a different twist to a good interview. As an artist, as going out and about, you bring your experiences and share it with our audience, which is nice. You're bringing Gio.
Well,
She's
thank you,
now.
Henry.
I've watched her grow
appreciate
up.
that.
You've had her here.
Yeah, you know what? I remember she was signing the wall at the other studio.
Yes, and she was really
Yeah,
young. You came over
yeah.
for a Christmas show with
I still
Moses
have pictures
Jones.
of you. Yeah, I
Yeah.
just spoke with Moses the other day.
Yeah.
It had been a while, but
Yeah.
yeah, I appreciate that, Henry. Thank you. The church is having a baptism when we're going to be gone, when they're having their baptism. I'm sad about that.
Is there any way you can do a live Zoom onto their big screen?
I don't
and
know.
sing?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, because we did that. We had a gal here. She does a show here, and she went back to Egypt. And
Was it Melissa?
No, it was Juliet.
Oh.
And so she's the CEO and president of the Westminster Chamber of Commerce, and she also does modeling and stuff like that. But she says, I don't want to toot my own horn. Will you toot it for me? I go, sure.
Aww.
So I put a whole special show together,
That's
just like we did this
wonderful.
one.
Thank you.
And she broadcast Zoom from Egypt back this way.
That
It was
is really
so
cool.
cool. That's where I got the idea.
You can do that from Holland if you want to. If you want to go live in Holland with
you
KUHS.
want to do something like that?
Yeah, especially at the award show.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of
I'll do it.
artists from all over the world.
So we're about, what, 8-9 hour difference?
I believe 8.
8 hours?
I think 8.
So we'd have
Yeah,
to
let's
do it.
do
I'd
it.
have to do an early morning
Let's do it. where we
broadcast
can-
from here, and then you'd be at nighttime
Yeah.
there, right? Is
Yeah,
that correct?
I think so. Yeah.
So if you could set it up, I'll just readjust
Yeah,
timing.
let's do it. Let's
People
do
will love it, and then I could
Yeah.
re-air it. I could just
And
put
I
that
could
to
grab
that.
some of the other artists. There's going to be artists from all over the world.
Yeah, if you want to do something like that,
Yeah,
I'm down.
definitely.
You can carry it, and then all your
Yeah,
friends
sweet.
in Colorado
Let's
Springs,
do it.
everywhere can do it. Yeah, I'll
let's
carry
do
it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds
okay.
good.
Is-
Woohoo!
That was quick.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to have pushed your shows, pushed your music, pushed everything. And I think we started out with the country song for Christmas, where it really hit well. And we were going to do the second one, and we missed it. We were trying to get our deadline done, but we just couldn't
I
do
just
it.
couldn't do it. I
And
just
we're
couldn't
both
do it.
real sad, like, ooh.
I know. I still think about that. It's not even Christmas right now, and I
It's
still
not
think
even
about that.
Christmas.
And that's
Do you
still.
like Christmas?
You know what? Christmas is every day.
Yeah, yeah,
And,
it's
you
good.
know, I'm starting to. The kids are getting older, and my views of Christmas are just, the closer I get with the Lord, every day is Christmas.
It's all
you
fun.
know.
And Gia, you're tell us about how you've been feeling that as you're growing up. I mean, like I said, I've seen you since the other studio. That's been many years back, and now you're jamming. You're going with your mom all these places. I'm sure you're feeling really ecstatic inside. Like,
Yeah.
And do you ever look up to or think about, what's her name? She was just here with her big giant show at the mile.
Kelly Clarkson?
No, the giant one, the gal. She makes so much money. Taylor Swift.
Oh, Taylor Swift. You know, Taylor Swift actually played at the club where Gio sang at.
No, sir.
In New York.
Lady Gaga too.
No, Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
I nickname everybody. I do.
What are your nicknames?
No, I can't say them right.
Oh my.
I love Lady Gaga. She did that final show with Tony Bennett.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Extremely fantastic.
When I saw that, my opinion, or not my opinion, but my perception of her changed, and she caught my attention when.
Yeah, because she can do all these different variables of costume changes and looks and personas. I mean, she first came out, she was like, whoa, geez, put some clothes on. And then she changed it into this really beautiful Vegas-style production.
Yes,
with
the
Tony
elegant
Bennett.
dress
Yes.
was very much appreciated.
Yeah, everything, it was perfect. Now, I had a friend who, her husband flew for Vegas, the small jets, and she sent me a picture of Tony Bennett, and she was, serving everybody. He's sitting in his chair in the jet with his dog. I go, where the heck did you get this? She goes, we're flying him in for a show.
Wow.
Yes, that was one of my final pictures that I ever got from her. She passed away though. She
I'm
had
sorry.
brain cancer.
Yeah.
Everybody has, trials and tribulations.
Yeah,
in
no
life.
one leaves.
Nobody leaves unscathed.
I like that. Nobody leaves unscathed.
We don't.
Run them through the ringer. Okay, you're leaving like
Life
this.
is a roller coaster.
Mhm. So we've had our trials and tribulations. Here at KUHS, we've had a lot of changes. There's been people coming and going, all the different variables of people who come in here, do shows, and then go on to do different and better things. Now, with Melissa, she's gone on to do BET Network, and she's gone on to do a lot of really neat things, with the bigger networks. And they patch in with us because they like what we do.
Oh, that's good.
We started streaming years ago, and the word stream wasn't even around. Platforms, that word wasn't even around. All this stuff wasn't around.
Yes, you were cutting edge.
Yeah, so we're using AI now to talk to people, and
That's
it's kind of strange. And
How do you
stuff.
feel about that?
Oh, it's a little different. But it works. It helps us. I mean, we can even use it as DJs, but we're not going to do that.
Oh,
We like the
wow.
live things. It writes commercials for us. It, like I said, it responds to people. And I was watching this one gal just carrying a conversation with it.
That's insane.
But it has to
Wow.
because we have so much inquiry. There's no way 50
Wow.
people it would take 50 people to do the work of just AI.
Yeah.
And so AI it's a useful tool, but it's a little on the strange side, of what it can do.
Wow.
Yeah, it's neat that it works.
Mm.
And so they're even creating music and music scores with AI, and that's kind of scary.
Yeah, I
Wait a
heard
minute.
about that.
Mhm.
I know.
So watch out, they don't replicate or duplicate your songs.
I know. I'm kind of old school with like the music that I prefer. I know that there are fabulous songwriters out there and stuff, but I really like the singer-songwriters because
Yeah.
I know it's coming from
They're
one source,
Yeah.
direct from the source, and so that's my favorite type of music.
Now, going back to Arizona, now, I know you love hot chili.
The spicier the better. Yes.
How about you,
Absolutely.
Gio? Do you
Oh, I
love...
love chili.
Yeah,
Everybody-
she's starting to. Our
Starting to
thing
like-
now. We almost brought you some. Do you know that? Do you ever go to Costco?
No.
Okay, so do you like jalapenos? Is it green
Are
bean
you-
green? Okay, yes. Well,
Yeah, she just asked me.
do you like olives? Are you an olive person?
Look at me, do you think I like
Because I'm
olives?
Italian too, you know.
Yeah.
So, but they have these
See, she
stuffed
said yes.
olives, and anyone who loves these
Oh.
can relate. They're so addicting.
Yeah.
They're stuffed olives. We eat the jar in like 2 days. They're stuffed with garlic and jalapeno,
Oh,
and they're
sounds good.
so
Oh,
good.
yes.
And they're at Costco.
I eat them
Get
at
them from
breakfast
Costco.
time. I
What are
put
they
them on
called?
my eggs. They're like Dolce Vita something olives.
I can't remember.
They're so good. They come with a warning. Highly addictive.
Highly addicting.
I like that she asked me if I like jalapenos.
He looks at me like, what? Okay.
Well, I eat serranos. Serranos
Everybody,
are
y'all need to
one
send Henry
scale
some spices from around. The spicier, the better.
We dropped a little bit for some reason. We're down, but it does that. So it picks back up.
We're
It's-
losing them. We're not engaging them.
Well, no, it does that. So you'll see it all of a sudden kick up and it'll go the other way. We'll go down here, you'll see. it'll start kicking up. Hollywood, Frankfurt, Amsterdam. There's Amsterdam. Went past me so quick.
Was that Shula? No.
It could. Well, you can't
Is there
tell.
anyone from Sweden or Belgium?
Let's take a look.
My friends from Belgium?
Bogota, Frankfurt, Amsterdam. There's Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam. You have to see them flying through so fast.
That's really cool.
Wow.
That's really neat.
And to know what, people really, they like our station, there's a lot of people who get on for
Well,
maybe
we love
30
your
seconds
station.
or a minute and then they get off. There's others that will watch for the entire show, or there's others who will stay on this thing 24/7. There's a group out of, I think it's in the Midwest, they actually use our stream into their radio station as their stream.
Really?
I said, sure, go ahead. It's,
Wow.
yeah,
That's cool.
they keep it going nonstop. And then, one thing that I want to tell you about the churches, we paired with Rock the Prayer with The Rock. Remember The Rock?
Oh,
Okay?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it was out of New York City, and they were trying to get 1 million prayers done using him. And they got a hold of us to kind of push it for him. We were able to bring him in about 125,000 new people to kind of rock the prayer, When he called a second time, came a third time, like, okay, dude, I'm doing all I can. But it's really
Wow.
neat.
Yeah,
And-
that's incredible.
And sometimes, like, if we were here, I can do it on that phone, but he'll call in and give us a 20-second, 30-second prayer. It's really cool.
Oh, that's
Out of New
really
York City,
cool.
yeah.
That's very
Because that's where
cool.
he's, the big listening. They just
Wow.
put a big push notification to all the members and say we're going to be on. I'm going to do a prayer for this church. It's really neat.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's just a little short prayer. It doesn't take up all this half hour, nothing like that.
You know
Just
what? The power of prayer, whatever the length,
Yeah.
God doesn't.
But we
He
helped
hears
push
all.
that. It was called Rock the Prayer. I think it was called Rock the
That's
Prayer. And they had the
really cool.
rock as part of it. It was
That's
really neat.
cool.
Yeah. Million
That's
man.
really neat.
Million. They were trying to hit 1 million.
Wow.
And we helped them get like 100 and some thousand, which was nice.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
That's wonderful,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so they put us all over the New York City for all their,
Aww.
and that's big for us. We
Have
like
you been
it.
to New York City?
No.
Pretty fabulous.
Oh, it
What'd you
is.
think of it?
Oh, I had been there before. But I was anxious to take the kids. The best part about it, besides watching her sing, was taking Julian fishing in New Jersey and then at
Catch
the
a
pier
whale?
at Coney Island.
Coney Island, yeah.
He didn't catch anything, but
Got a shell.
yeah, he caught a shell.
Do you ever like riding the subways?
Well, we took
Oh,
them.
yes,
I took them on the subway,
You saw
and
what the
it was
hell?
short and sweet. But
Did
it was. They liked it. It was hot and
you see
muggy
any
down
rats
there.
down there?
No, we thought for sure. We're like, I wonder if we're going to see any.
They did see a rat,
Yes.
and so we went. We
He was
took
standing
it.
there smoking a
We
cigarette.
took it. No.
Hey, Gia.
The one that we saw was dead. And
Yes.
Julian, we were in Central Park, and Julian's like, I want to roll down the hill in New York. And I was like, I don't think you should. I don't think it's, there's a lot of germs here, the ducks and the geese. And then
Yeah, everything.
we were walking in,
Go
like,
down the hill.
2 seconds later, we see a dead rat. And I was like, aren't you glad you didn't roll down the hill? It was terrible.
Oh,
They got to see a rat. We were laughing it
Oh,
out.
we got to see a rat.
Yeah, New York City is a mega city. It's like a city within a city. It's like so massive and
The
big.
food was phenomenal.
It was
They
Little
have the best
Italy,
food from
the
every-
bagels and logs,
Everything.
the
The
hot
bagels.
dogs.
I mean,
It
yeah,
was incredible. The
Yes.
pizza.
It was
pizza of course.
What was your favorite?
mine. Cannolis.
Cannolis. Yeah, that sounds great.
Oh, they were
I
so
like cannolis.
Holy cannoli.
Holy cannoli.
That's what you're thinking out there. Holy cannoli.
That's
That's an
great.
Italian pastry. It's so good.
Did you want to jam on the piano now? Were you asking me
Go
to?
ahead, Giovanna.
Yeah, let's do that right now. We're gonna have Giovanni. Is that her-
Giovanna.
Giovanna? That's a beautiful name.
Giovanna.
And so we're gonna have her play on the piano right now, so you can maybe you can even swing it in a little bit if you'd like. And
Should I?
yeah. So right now we're gonna listen to Gio. We're just gonna call it Gio. 'cause
Gio, that's her stage.
That's her.
Gio.
That's what I was gonna say. That's her
Yeah,
stage
watch
name.
out for the TV. Thanks, babe.
And
Okay,
so-
perfect.
Okay, there we go.
And so we're going to leave it go live right now with Gio, and I'm going to zoom in on her so you can check it out.
It's gonna go live. away. Could you bring me so much joy, baby? Cause me so much pain. Just when I think take more than what a fool. And I stop falling back in love with you. I keep on falling in and out of love with you. I never lost someone that I love but you.
Wow, that was spectacular. That was really good. I didn't expect that.
Henry,
Lord have
Piano's
mercy.
there if you want to play something.
No, not right now.
Why
but
not?
Don't make me do that right now.
Why not?
Why not? I know. No, boy. Come sit down. Let's
Okay.
finish this up and slide that way. Boy, that is beautiful.
Thanks for letting her sing, Henry.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it. You got it, baby girl?
Yeah, I got it, Mom.
Good job, honey.
Not only good, outstanding job.
Oopsies.
Let me want to push it that way so she can move her chair in a little bit. You just got to listen to Gio in a spectacular,
Look at this. Here you go, sit.
a spectacular on the piano
Her rendition
delivery.
of Alicia Keys.
Ooh, that,
Thank you,
you
Alicia.
sound like Alicia. And I really like Alicia Keys a lot. That sounded great.
Thank you.
And how long did you rehearse that song before you got it
How
down?
long did I rehearse that song?
About 3 days?
More like 3 months.
3 months.
Gio.
That was
Oh,
so
yes.
awesome. That was.
Henry.
Oh, you're presenting me with presents again. I love these presents. Can I open it up?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Look at, I got a present. It's coming all the way
It's from Gio.
from Gio.
It's from Gio.
Gio, you got this for me?
Mhm.
Oh, this is fantastic. I'm going to show it to you. Let me show you how cool this is. Oh, this is awesome. Look at that. This is awesome. We're going to hang that up in the studio, of course.
Aw.
This is absolutely fabulous. You did this? This is really, really cool. Thank you so much.
We love you, Henry.
This is awesome. And you know, we've been communicating for some time, doing all our fun things. And it's just so nice to see the development of your daughter. What do you think? Is
I'm
like-
thrilled, and I'm in awe. I mean, the songs that she writes, it's just from such a different perspective.
Yeah, and so you get to go perform these songs, and she goes up on stage. Do you feel good doing all these songs and just jamming out? Do you? And you're all proud. Do you do a duet together too?
So yeah, we sing that. So when we'll do like that Lady Gaga song, that "Tell Me Something, Boy," when Freddie's with us. So Freddie does obviously the male part, and then I'll do Lady Gaga. And then when it comes to the, what? How does it go?
I'm up the deep. No wait.
It's like the
Nice.
That's what we do.
That's
So-
really good.
So we'll divide it up.
Mhm.
But I love
Yeah,
singing with
to
them.
see how far you guys have come is just wowing me. I'm in awe. you know, from the last time, you know, you came, like I said, at the other studio, and just watching how she's developed. My Lord.
It's
like,
amazing. And
it is. It's, like you said, she was in your womb.
She
you were
was.
you were jamming out.
Yeah.
And she was probably, you know, ready to sing with you
Yes.
inside
Oh,
there.
baby.
And that, they say that does happen, you know, when you carry a baby and you're a musician and you're singing or you're, you know, doing what you do. Especially you, Reveille.
Well, I think it's in, you know, I
Jenny
think
B.
it, Jenny B. I was Rico, then I was,
Rico,
I was Roman,
Jenny
then
B.
I was Rico, then I was Bone, now it's just Reveille. Lord help me.
I still
yeah.
have some of the commercials that you, well, they're just short liners that
Oh,
are
thank
under
you
Jenny
for
B.
listening to KUHS.
Yes,
This is
I
Jenny
use them
B
all.
Live. Really?
I still
That's
Oh, I
awesome.
use them all the
Thank
time. I'll
you.
show you where they're at while we're
That's
talking.
amazing.
And we'll keep talking about it. Yeah, I use them all the time.
That's cool.
So if you look in here, there's all the different people who do them. There's Hazel, of course.
Yeah, Hazel was here.
And there's Jenny.
Oh, that's wonderful.
You see them all? Jenny B, Jen
Thanks,
1, 2, 3.
Henry.
Yeah, we use them all the time.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of different people who are in here. There's Reveille.
Oh, that's cool. I love that.
Yeah, so we always use them. Everybody who comes in here, if they're doing a music show, whatever, and they just use the liners, they push them all up, and there you are.
That's cool.
Yeah, all the way, all
That's
the time.
so cool.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's
And it
amazing.
sounds so cool. It's nice to have that female voice, that liner. I'm Jenny B,
Oh,
and I
jeez.
listen to KUHS.
Oh my goodness.
It's really cool.
We need to do one in Spanish for you.
Yes, please do. Send us anything you want, and we'll. And I'll let
Thank
you
you.
listen to it right now, so you can hear it. So it's really entertaining.
Hi, this is Reveille. You're listening to KUHS Denver.
So that's those are
Hi,
some.
this is Reveille.
And so in this, you do this one too,
Hi, this is Reveille. You're
but
listening
it's
to
under
KUHS
Jen.
Denver.
And then the other one you do Jenny B.
Aw.
This is Jenny B, and I listen to KUHS.
That's hilarious. Aw.
So we use them all
Thanks-
actually
thanks,
because they
Henry.
still apply. Because you're still out there
that.
jamming all over the world,
I appreciate
enjoying
that.
the, and then Geo, you're just, I'm in awe.
I
And I'm
sent
glad
you
brought
her
it.
song. I sent you her song.
Yeah.
You'll have to find it and
I
listen
will.
to it.
I will.
Yeah.
And we'll play it.
Oh, that's cool,
Because
yeah.
we're all genres, so if
That's
anybody's
cool.
listening.
It's, yeah, I sent it to your email yesterday. So
We're an all genre station, and so we play a little bit of everything.
I love that. That's kind of like what I do as a musician.
Yes,
It's a little
because
bit of everything.
when you do that, you tend to touch more people. And so, and some of the days we'll go to oldies, like on Wednesdays, and other days we go R&B, other days we go with all genre, with all the classics from the 80s and 90s. And
Yeah.
we do a little bit of
I
everything.
love that. I
Yeah.
love that. And I think, you know, a lot of people do. You don't want to just get stuck in one. You know, I grew up, my parents listened to country music. I listened to pop music. I was in the classical band, the concert band, and then I was in the jazz band. I played clarinet and saxophone. And then when I got older, I started listening to Latin music with my first husband. He was from Mexico City, and then traveling all over the world. I mean, there's so much good music out there.
And it's nice. That's the thing. And when you travel the world, traveling really opens your mind, opens your eyes, and you see a lot of things in the world that you think, God, am I privileged? Don't you? Especially having the musical background and the musical taste that you have, and just
yeah, I
everything
mean,
about you.
there's been a lot of really magical moments that I've experienced through music, only because of God, you know, where He's the path that He's placed me on. You know, none of it's been easy, but He's let me see things through different eyes. He's taken me out of my circumstance and put me in other circumstances, and so I can meet new people and see things from a different view. And it's
Well, I got the opportunity to cross in paths with you through Moses Jones.
Moses, yes,
the one who
right.
kinda
I
had
was
it.
telling you of it, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how we crossed paths,
Mhm.
and I was watching everything, and just I really get interested in quality musicians as yourself, and I like to push them. Once I push them, I say, yeah, you're going to go up all the way.
Aw,
And I
you got
guess
the Midas touch. I need to.
the Midas
need to
touch.
just
I
like.
know. Everybody tells me that you got the Midas touch. Well, I've been
Got
doing
the
this for
yeah.
46 years.
And the musician too, so you understand.
All of
Harvey,
it.
Yes.
All of
yeah.
it. And so with this kind of media outlet that we have that was created, that's something I could never dream of. Now I created it was a brainchild, but I never thought it would touch the world like it's touching it.
Well, it's really important, I think, because as artists, we have musical platforms. We've got YouTube, and we can get our songs on radio and placements. We just had a few placed. I'll tell you about that in a second. But we're really grateful for this platform where we can just speak.
That's right. Come out and say your
so
story. Yeah.
For me, it's really important, because there's so many backstories behind my songs and my music, and we never have a chance to talk about that. So
And
people
this-
hear things
yeah,
and they
think,
don't
wow,
know.
Did you hear that?
And we want people to know us as people.
Yeah.
We would rather, reach them with our stories and yes, definitely the music, but we want to get to know the people that are watching us too. So we appreciate this. So thank you.
I love the way you say that, because there are other bands that are out of California. They're out of I've got this Peter Hatton out of Europe, and he also brings me the bands from Italy and all these great groups.
Oh, wow.
And I'm getting all these people that I listen to their music. My word! And so we push them. We get them out of Japan, Amsterdam, all over the place.
Phenomenal musicians everywhere.
Yes, and so I'm picking them up. I picked the best that I could find to help push them, and just jet them right the heck up. And BTS, we brought them out of Korea. First station to ever push them. Now they're giant size.
Wow.
You've heard of BTS, and BTS is a Korean group. They just first station to do it. Like I said, we've been doing this a lot, so they know this station is a wealth of audience. It's grown so big. When we first started this station, we had 700 groups to 2,000. Now, at any given time, it's about 175,000 to 190,000. Last time you were here was only 120, 130. It's growing and growing.
It's what you do is amazing, and I'm amazed that you keep having me on. One of these days he's going to say no.
No! He sticks his nose up in the air. No, you can't come. Anytime you ask me, what do I say? What do I tell you? Anytime you ask
You
me.
say, of course, yes.
Of
You're
course.
so
Well,
gracious.
you've got such talent. That's why I want to push your
I
music.
appreciate that.
And Gio, I'm so impressed. I'm just sitting here like, I get to be next to her.
Aww.
No, really. It's like you think of all these things, and someday you may grow to be a fabulous, on-star kind of big giant star is what I'm trying to say. And just like I saw, there's a guy here in town. He runs AEG, runs all the concert networks. He picked up a gal that we had in here, and he's pushed her really big. And he watches to see what we have here. So I know he spotted you. Because the other gal, she's 16 or 17 now. She is just like you. They have this.
We have
spirit
to. She's on stage with me at church,
Mhm.
and she definitely has such a strong heart for the Lord. And she plays the flute, the violin, anything she can get her. She's one heck
Jams
of a
out.
percussionist. You should see her with the Latin band. She keeps right in there. Oh
Kicks in
man.
and just jams out.
Yeah, but she's gonna go farther than Mom ever will. And her songs that she writes.
What do you think of going back to Arizona and playing with your old band and stuff? Do they really love you coming back? 'Cause, yeah.
After 5 nights of being together, we're all kind of like, "Meh."
Get out of my face!
No,
No.
no, we miss playing with each other. And one of the lead vocalists, Freddie, he's been fighting cancer,
Oh.
and he's from Alamogordo. And
Yeah.
the Oppenheimer movie that just came out, his
Yeah,
family
that's where
was
they're
affected
blowing
by.
the-
Yes, and Freddie's been fighting it, and we're so happy to still have him with us.
That movie
So-
is somewhat pretty real.
Have you seen it?
Not yet. I want to see it.
I want to too.
What I think is so interesting is they were blowing these bombs they really didn't know much about, but then they went through it on Nagasaki and Hiroshima and blasted these people. What were they thinking? What is and then in the Ukraine, they create all these drones and all this stuff. What is the thinking here?
I don't
Is
know.
it archaic?
Rips my heart out.
Yeah,
when I
don't
just,
you think it's
it
archaic
just-
and
there's-
really blowing up? These machines and things are made for blowing up people. don't you think it's like kind of something's not right here?
Oh, absolutely,
Very
absolutely.
disturbing.
You know, my dad was in the Vietnam War, and
Yeah.
he wasn't the same when he came home.
Yeah, so what are they sending them over there for? That was a nothing war. An absolute nothing war. Just to go
Yeah.
and come back with Agent Orange all over you, come back kind of messed up in the head from killing other people. Why?
He was 101st Airborne. He was crew chief on a helicopter.
And see, a friend of ours who used to work with our computer business, he would repair the helicopters. And he said that sometimes they would use those helicopters to go drop Agent Orange, and it would get in the propellers and come back, and that's how he got it.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
Messed up his voice. And he was real smart and everything, but he had like
Oh,
a
man.
real deep voice because the
Yeah.
Agent Orange messed up his
Yeah.
vocal cords. And they would say, something wrong with that guy? No, he's brilliant. It's just Agent Orange. Oh, I'm
He's
sorry.
a hero. He's a
He's
warrior.
yeah, people don't know when you
Yeah.
are the way you are, that
Right.
what's the background, what's affecting you, what has happened to you that makes you like this, not
Yes.
Yeah,
some
like,
people
That's-
take it to this other way. Well,
like that
Yeah.
one saying, don't ever judge a book by its cover.
no, never, never.
Yeah, it's true. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember, you know, I'll give you a good example, like slow drivers. You ever get behind a slow driver and they drive you nuts, right? But now, when I get behind a slow driver, so when we brought Annie home, Annie spent almost 7 months in the NICU, critical condition. She came home with a trach.
Yeah.
And any little thing would trigger her or set her off, and we had to go so slow. We had to take the corners like this. People would get behind us, and they would be so mean. They'd be honking, and we'd be like,
Flipping you off, acting
you know,
crazy.
okay, well, you know, I don't know what you want me to do, but
This is what you're having to do because of the situation. A lot of people don't understand that, yeah.
just it's what we.
Your
That's why
perception.
communication and talking. I know that when we were in, we were doing a tour in Sweden. Andy and myself, one of my bandmates and producer, he's a fabulous producer.
Yes.
We were in Sweden, and we were gonna sing at a church, give a concert at the church, because they give concerts in the churches, which is so nice. And they were having an Iraqi service below, in the level below, and these Iraqi women came up to me. This was when we were at conflict with Iraq, and they gave us flowers and invited them to our home, and they said, you know, we
That's how
don't.
good.
It's politics. We love you. Us as the you know, civilians. We don't hate Americans.
And this is what's sad. It's like these leaders, supposed leaders, it's the conflict between them and the corporate and banks. So it's
And the
got
power
nothing.
struggles.
That's all it is. Power
Really, there's
struggle.
such a spiritual warfare going on. We'll go
Big
right
time.
back to
Yeah,
that.
yes.
We'll go right back to that.
Always go.
It's
You
wild.
know.
Is there anything else we can say before we close it up? And man, this has been awesome. I gotta have you back, both of you.
We would love
I'm
to
impressed
come
with her.
back.
I'm
We would love
impressed
to
with
come
her.
back.
I can't believe how
Aw.
far she's come. It's like I'm just
I
blown
know
away.
it. I know it. I can't
She
wait
wants to
to
come
see
and
where
show you
she's
off.
at in 5 years.
She wanted to come and show you up. Yeah.
I did.
Thank you so much
I
for
did.
having us.
Oh, this was.
No, you know what? We would love to take an opportunity to say thank you to you.
And then also from Holland. Hopefully we're gonna put this together and we're
Yes.
gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
A live stream all the way from Holland with these two awesome individuals.
Well, you know what? Also, Henry, we have, after that award show, let's see, Holland is August. September, what's happening in September?
I think
But October is the Josie Music Awards again.
Oh, yeah, so we
and
can-
that's at the Grand Ole Opry again.
Wow, that would
And
be
we're
awesome.
nominated. She's got 5 nominations.
Wow.
I've got 6. And we have
Wow.
one song that we're nominated together. That's the Grand Ole Opry.
That's gonna be so cool.
And then back up at Honda Casino with the band and
Back up to
all those
Arizona, yeah.
guys. They're all amazing songwriters, and the harmonies are phenomenal.
See, my sister lives out. I should go take a trip out there and
What? You
go hang out
should.
with you guys.
You should.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's got Teen Stock in Florida. Maybe
Oh, you're
we
going
can.
to Teen Stock in Florida. That's
And
right.
Denver.
Oh,
I
in
mean,
Denver.
and I mean in December. What am I thinking? I'm thinking Denver.
You better get that fixed.
In December, maybe we can have some Christmas music, and
Yes.
come see you after Teen Stock before Christmas.
You bet. You want to rub the...
I do. And get some more. Yeah.
The Midas touch. Huh?
Yeah,
That's so
absolutely. But yeah, we would like to take an opportunity to say thank you to our friends and family who actually helped get us to Holland.
That's so
Because we
nice,
had
yeah.
some sponsors. Gio had her paintings for
Nice.
sale, and we
Thank
had
you
a couple
so much. I'm
special
going to
people.
show you one more time what she brought here. This is so cool.
Baby girl.
And these are going on my wall.
Aw, you made the wall, Giovanna.
You made the wall. It's
Yeah.
so neat.
Well,
you know,
thanks,
that-
Henry, for
Yeah,
having
it
us.
was really
and
nice to have
whoever's
you.
out there watching us, we hope that this blessed you, and, you know, we wish we could know who you were, but,
I know, it's so,
Yeah.
it goes so fast. It's
Sounds
from
good.
San Jose,
Yeah.
from Bogota, from Jesus, San Jose de Mayo, Valencia, from all over the world, all over
that's
this planet.
wonderful.
It
If
goes
you're
so
still
fast.
there, so Reveille Backstage is my Facebook page. I have Reveille Music, but I never use it, so REVELE Backstage is Facebook, and you can reach Geo, she's got a page, but reveillemusic.com or geomusic.biz.
Ooh, nice. And with that being said, thank you two for coming to see us here.
Thanks,
at KUHS.
Henry.
for
Ooh,
having
I
us.
like
Shake your
that.
hand. I'm gonna give you a big
bump.
hug
Yes,
afterwards.
You bet. This
Oh,
is
can
so
we bring
cool.
in Annie? Annie, come here, baby girl.
Annie, come on in.
Annie, come and say hi. Come stand behind Gio and say hi. Annie wants to say hi.
And what about the other? What about the?
Julian, you want to come in and say hi? Come on. They said Annie would never talk. Annie's my surviving twin,
Isn't this cool?
and she talks all the time. Say hi, Henry.
Yeah, she always talks to me. That's so
and
cool.
This is Julian, and then my two other babies are in Arizona. So Donovan and Christian, if you're watching, we love you. Everybody give hearts. Give hearts. Mwah. Love you guys. Love you, Henry. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Awesome. See y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.